CME family, Betwabu, Betus, Kimbo, Natin and Zambi, Yamazulu. I trust everyone is doing well thus far. Yes. I felt led. I know it's an unusual time and an unusual hour for me to um, be doing a live, but whatever time zone you're in or whenever you watch this video, it will be in perfect timing for you. But I must walk in obedience once again and come and share, come and help, come and make myself available to a lot of our people in this awakening at this time. Many of us, many are hurting at this time. Many are going through going through various things at this time, and it's not easy. It's not easy. So sometimes we have to be, some of us are what they call it, the forerunners, to come out and to be able to help our brothers and sisters that are out there that need that encouragement, to know that they are not alone, to know that there is somebody else out there that is going through or has gone through, has conquered where they're at. Meets put the phone on vibrate or on silent. Sorry about that. I don't never really want phones to be a distraction and me talking to you, vibrating or ringing. I give you first priority. So Kimbo, Natin and Zambi, Yamazulu, Betu Abu Benobetus. Yeah. So you see this, the headline, the subtopic, the topic, it says mental and emotional balance in this awakening. And there must be balance. We must have some balance. You know, sometimes we get so caught up in doing the assignment, so caught up in researching so much in getting the information that we become unbalanced, one-sided. We become almost stereotyped, we become almost dogmatic in just trying to be awoke and be ahead in the information and making sure we are current with whatever is going on and stuff like that, and we become unbalanced. We sometimes become mentally unstable because of all of the information that we are now exposed to and all of the information that we are learning. And so I come to encourage us. You notice I said us, I didn't say you, I say us. In this journey, in this awakening, that we find balance. We find time to not only do the ritual in terms of go to the grocery store, wake up in the morning, brush our teeth, go to work, and be on what we call our grind and stuff like that and getting things accomplished, but balance in terms of being able to go out into nature, taking a walk, breathing. Yeah, we inhale and exhale, but we take the time to breathe, literally fill our lungs to capacity and exhale. Yeah. This is some of the things that is needed and we need in order to continue to survive, to continue to run the race, continue to on this journey that we are on. We must become balanced in all areas of our life. And so as I was here doing some, I would say meditation and just listening to other motivational stuff, I got up and did my little walking and stuff like that this morning. As I was sitting here, I listened to I had one or two conversations already for the morning. And that brought me to this, and that is the Most High rest this in my spirit, that our people are suffering in silence. Suffering in silence. Our people are suffering in silence. They're not saying anything because there's no support group that they feel comfortable enough in to be able to talk, that they may not hear their names called, their situations, and stuff like that. Where's the support group? Where's the support for those of us that are in this awakening, that are being mentally challenged because now everything we knew as Christianity is gone and taken away from us. Everything as we knew as Hebrew Israel is gone and taken away from us. Everything that we knew as Muslim is taken away from us. We now understand that all that stuff was a lie. So we became mentally unstable because it's like, wow, what else they lied to us about? Then we're learning about the matrix and the system and the government and the things that they have done to also keep us in bondage, to keep us in slavery. We learn about the medication and the food. And I mean, it's just one thing after the other that has come at us. And so mentally, we try to function. We are functioning. Mentally, we are functioning because we know the routine. We know we got to get up. We know we got to brush our teeth. We know we got to take a bath. We know the regular routine, let's say the hamster on the wheel. Just continue to go in the cycle. But where are we seriously mentally? Are we really breathing? Are we really functioning? Are we? And so, family, I believe that in this awakening, in coming into the fullness of who we are, we need support. Now, the next trauma we are suffering from, and I think I will probably do something on my healing room page. I have a healing room page, and I probably need to do something in terms of now the trauma of religion, healing from the trauma of religion. That's a serious trauma. Whichever religion we came out of and detach ourselves from, that's a trauma in itself. And that's not only just a spiritual trauma, it's a mental trauma. It's an emotional trauma, And so a lot of us need help in the mental capacity, not to say that you're going crazy, but to mentally be able to now relearn and unlearn the things that you've known all of your life. Yeah, that part right there. That part, to be able to not just function, but function at our fullest and highest capacity mentally, to be able to tap into our creativity and our creative being and the creative aspect of us without being shut down once again, to believe that, or to know that we're going to come into something else that may challenge our mental capacity to believe, to understand, and overstand what we're in. To be able to mentally be open enough, free enough to learn something new, even as we awoke to the fact that we are Bantu, but to still be able to rise up, to understand, overstand, understand the higher powers that work with us. So mentally, a lot of us are functioning, but we are really struggling. You understand? And so this was what we need to bring balance mentally and emotionally in this awakening as we continue this journey that is set before us. Grand rising, my beautiful queen sister. You understand? And so this is where we are. So balance in our health. Are we taking care of ourselves? Like I told you, for me, moving to the continent, I have a new love and appreciation for fresh fruits and fresh vegetables that I just was telling somebody this morning, I got to go to the market because I'm on my last set of fruits for today. And so I need to go to the market. It's such a joy to be able to take $10, just $10, and go to the market and get the abundance of mangoes and pineapple and watermelon and oranges and avocados. You can imagine $10 could get me mangoes, and I'm not talking about just one mango, one apple, one orange and stuff like that. I'm talking at least 6 oranges and 6 avocados and 5 mangoes and a whole watermelon, not a half a watermelon, not a piece of watermelon, but a whole watermelon and 2 and pineapples and stuff like that. And so we also need to bring a balance to our health. We know that they are planning and they've planned and they're doing and what they're doing. And so their aim is to challenge us with our health at the same time too. So we now need to bring balance to our health. We need to get up and walk. Yes, you might be living in a concrete jungle. Some of us might be living in a city, whereas there is no park or whatever have you for you to be able to walk. But you have to find the time to do something, even if it's just bare meditation. Sitting, watch this, sitting in a posture and breathing in through your nose, holding it for the count of 4 and out through your mouth. That also would help with your mental health and your physical health. It would also help you emotionally. Yes, that breathing pattern would also help you mentally. It will help you with your health, and it will help you emotionally. Because why? You're taking time to stop from all the overthinking, from all the crying, all the trying to figure out how things are going to work out. And you're now centering yourself and focusing on breathing, just breathing alone. You're not focusing on anything else other than learning how to fill your lungs up, to clear your lungs, to clean your lungs. You need that fresh air coming in and that old toxic to go out. And with doing that, once you start practicing that, you start filtering the old thoughts, you want the new thoughts, and getting rid of the old thoughts. Pulling in your more higher self, your more healthy self, where you see yourself, celebrating your environment, celebrating the change in your life, and breathing out the negativity, all the hurt, all the pain, all the disappointment, all the lies that we've been told over the years. That's the first thing with our health. Also, the balance in terms of our finances. We hear what's happening with the various countries and currencies and stuff like that. So that has some of us on the edge. It's like, hey, hold on, I'm not even making that kind of money right now. And then you're talking about this collapsing and start collapsing and the next thing collapsing and joining this and joining the next. So how am I about to survive financially? How do I now bring balance financially? And one of the things is a lot of us don't know how to, and we have not yet learned how to feed ourselves. How to have our little kitchen gardens with our tomatoes and bell peppers and cucumbers, and you can have those things in a very small space. There are so many, listen to me. There are so many, get off of just watching television. Get into YouTube and find out how to make small kitchen gardens, how to use small spaces to grow your fruits and grow your vegetables. Basically, not so much the fruits maybe, but your vegetables. You understand? You can create ladders and allow the vines of the cucumbers to grow up the ladders, or on the line, you could create ladders to make sure the watermelons or butternut squash, you can grow those things in a small space. You don't need an acre, a half an acre, a quarter acre. You just need a small space, even if a 2x2 or 3x3. And you could grow some stuff for yourself, some rosemary, some thyme, some basil. You could do these things. I am a living testimony that it can be done. I've done it. So when we're looking at our finances, if we could cut into what we spend in terms of going to the market and start growing some things ourselves, we could change our eating habits. Always having to have meat for breakfast, meat for lunch, meat for dinner, bacon. You understand me? We can now redirect and have more fruits and vegetables on our plate than we have meat. It will help cut back some things and it will help restore our health. Am I making some sense? Am I helping somebody? Yes, I believe I am, because I'm helping myself at the same time. So first and foremost, we're working on our health, bringing balance. Then we're going to work on our finances, helping to balance us out and prepare us for the cuts that are going to come. Some of my brothers and sisters that are in the Americas who are getting the quote unquote food stamp and government assistance and stuff like that, even in the Bahamas that are dependent on the social services to give them food stamps and stuff to go to the store. We have to learn how to feed ourselves. We have to. I remember back in the day with my mom. My mom did bulk shopping and she also helped the community. One or two, you understand me? Persons who had a lot of children and stuff like that, but their income was not big. And my mom was not even a working woman. My mom was a stay-at-home mom at that time. Just my dad was the one who went to work. So she made do, but she also made do for not just for her household, but for other households too. So maybe we can bulk shop. When I was working in the Bahamas, when I was working in the hotel industry, I was trying to get the staff to do the same thing. Bulk shop, because what your $100 can do and what my $100 could do by itself is nothing to compare if we put it together and shop and then share the goods among ourselves. We get more putting our monies together than we get keeping it to ourselves, shopping by myself. Oh, I don't eat this and I don't eat that and da. Bunch of craziness, the selfishness that is among us. But I'm talking about us in this awakening now. I know this is what you call it, not your regularly scheduled kind of talking, but it is a necessity. It is a need. If you don't think it's a need for us to talk about our mental and emotional state, our being balanced, talk about our health, talk about our finances, you're not balanced. You're still stuck in the matrix. And so I believe that this is a time where as we must figure out our way forward in terms of bettering our health, bettering our finances. Think about this. How cooperatives started. How did cooperatives start? People thinking not just about themselves, but how they can work together. How they can work together. You see? So what do we do? We may put ourselves in a better position of power when we work together. Won't we? We do a better job when we bring ourselves together. This is what they destroyed among us. This is why a lot of our melanated communities are destroyed, are in ruins, because they make us fight against one another instead of coming together and working together. I believe and I trust and in this awakening and finding out who we are, and some of us are already relocating to the continent, and some of us are waiting to come to the continent. We still need to learn how to work together and be honest with one another. That's the other problem that is among us, the honesty. Taking people's hard-earned finances that they've sent and they scrape and they've put together to send to help build a community, and when they reach, there's no community built. So we have to find a way to mend those bridges and build that what you call it, that trust factor back. So bringing mental and emotional balance is also about bringing trust back among us, that we are able to trust each other with our health, with our finances. That even though we plan on buying an acre of land or 2 acres of land, I may not donate as much as you do because I am not in a financial position to donate. Does not mean that I should not have a say so in what is going on and what's happening. Yes, the mere fact that I make a conscious contribution should give me the ability to have something to say that will contribute. Give me a little portion give me a little place to stay that I may be able to partake. And maybe I may not have anything to contribute, but I have a gift. I have a skill that I may be able to I may be able to be the one to be the seamstress for the community. I may be the one to be the plumber for the community. I may be the one to be the mechanic for the community. I may be the one who could be the gardener for the community. You understand? Bringing about mental and emotional balance to ourselves first and then to our community in this awakening. The other thing I want to talk about, and I think these are the two things that resonated with me, and they're a little bit on the personal side too, is relationship in this awakening. And the first part of it is for the single people that are awoke. It is hard. When we was in Christianity, it was okay. You understand me, in various things, it was okay. But when we came into this awakening, to the magnitude and to the degree that we are awoke, being single became a little bit more isolated. It became a little bit more mentally and emotionally challenging. Because here it is now, you're still wanting a mate, you're still wanting to be with someone, but now majority of the persons that are talking to you are not conscious, are not woke, do not walk in truth. Still in Christianity, still believe in their JC and calling on their JC and stuff like that. Hardcore, they born this and they can die this. So as nice of a person as they are, as good of a provider that they may be, that's a barrier, because you would always be at war with one another with your belief system and them wanting you to go to church with them on Sunday or go to Tingham to what you call it on Saturday, Sabbath service on Saturday or something like that. So to the singles in this awakening, I believe that there needs to be a community among ourselves, whereas we're able to share and also be able to know who are the singles in the midst of us, and if there is eligibility for us to become mates. I'm talking about dating. Let's use their scripture. We don't that dating thing. You see, and that's a mate. Marriage, companionship, lifelong in this. You understand? So even in the mental and emotional balance as a single person can be very challenging, because depending on where you're at, whether you're in the Americas or you're here on the continent, there's nobody literally in your community or your immediate community that is awoke like how you're awoke. And no matter how much, and I can tell you, you speak to people and you tell them who they are and stuff like that, they agree, they know who they are, but that sorcery, that stronghold that call religion plays a very significant part. And so, to my single brothers and sisters, kings and queens that are out there, I would say hold strong. Continue to meditate. Let us reach out to one another. Let us create a network whereas we can talk with one another, whereas we can share some of the things that we are going through as single people trying to continue to maintain ourselves, our standards, our righteousness, our integrity in the midst of this awakening. So you too, as a single person, battling your mental, your emotional, your health, your finances, you understand all these different things by yourself. Because your family ain't woke, your family think you're going crazy. Your friends start to pull away from you because you and them, ain't having the same kind of conversations anymore. So you're literally almost alone outside of being able to go on YouTube and probably watch somebody's live, doing some research, looking at videos and stuff like that. So you're basically battling these things by yourself. So there's no community for us as single people, because I'm a single person myself, in this awakening, and then being a forerunner in this awakening as a single person is not easy. Okay, so sometimes when battle shots are shot, you got to lick those wounds, bandage up those wounds by yourself. And so it's not easy, So I believe that we should find a way that we can create a community, a message group, a Telegram group, a WhatsApp group, that we could just share and communicate and talk with one another. Now, the other set of people that are battling mentally and emotionally is our married folks. You can imagine some of our married people. The wife is either awoke or the husband is awoke. It is an honor when both are awoke. That is so awesome. But 8, are you 8? Let me say 7. 7 out of 10 marriages, only one of the spouses are awoke. Only one. So how do we help that spouse that love their spouse? I know I heard another person said, well, you got to leave them until they wake up and stuff like that. Because you marry them when you was, and stuff like that. They did some things. It's not easy being married for a year. I won't talk about 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. So your spouse, you woke up to the truth of who you are and they still asleep. They don't care to wake up. They're not showing any signs of waking up. But that's our job. And I would say, your job, let me put it like that, as a spouse who is married to somebody that is not awoke, is just live the woke life in front of them, that they may desire to be awoke. Speak the woke life in front of them. Do not debate and argue and get angry with them because they're not awake. Don't call them names. Do not insult them because they're not awoke. That same script that they give us, a soft answer, turn away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. That same script that they give us, say one is able to sanctify the other. You got to win them in by your life living. By your life living. You can't win them in with bitter words and calling them stupid and calling them dumb and calling them ignorant. You can't do that. You will not win that spouse to want to hear what you have to say or want to listen to what you're listening to. Because let me tell you something. If you're listening to something in the house and they're in the house, there's no way that they're not hearing what you're listening to. And they judge you according to your character. And even though they're listening to what you're listening to, they watch how you treat them. They watch what you do inside the house. They watch your arrogance, your puffed upness, your big ego, your condescending conversation, how you talk down or talk at them instead of talking to them. But you don't know my husband. You don't know my wife. No, I don't. You do. You know what you do sometimes to trigger them. Oh, but I should not be triggering. This mouth, our attitude. We may sometimes not even say something, but you know we have something called a body language. Our body language. We may still cook the food, but the way we cook the food, maybe we may still do the laundry, but the way we do the laundry, we may still perform our marital duties in the bed, but the way we perform those marital duties now, you understand we understand what I'm saying. So in this awakening, yes, it's mentally challenging. Yes, it's emotionally challenging. Yes, it's a challenge on your health and on the finances. But if we readjust our thinking and the way we do things and the way we speak to the spouse, you would see tremendous improvement. You will see the desire to want to know. You see the desire, the curiosity. Like, wow, my husband changed. My wife changed. My wife is more gentle with me. My husband is more gentle, more attentive to me. Why? Because you made the change. The change we want to see must first begin with us. So that's why I came to share with you, family. I know a lot of us, like I said earlier, are being mentally and emotionally challenged. But we must know how to bring about balance. We have to be able to bring balance in this awakening. We need each other. There's no big I's or small U's. A community is where we come to commune in unity together. Hey, a community is where we come to commune and communicate in unity together. Can I say that one more time? Because that really get me just now. A community is where we come to commune and communicate in unity together. So, please check yourself. See where you're at. Do the limpness test on yourself. See where you're at mentally. If you are unbalanced, just studying, and from one video to the next video to the next video, you're unbalanced. If you're always angry and bitter and upset and hate and you're unbalanced. You're always frustrated. If you always have chronic pains and heart palpitations and shortness of breath, your health is unbalanced. If you find yourself not having enough finances, monies to get things accomplished and do things that the necessity is, you're financially unbalanced. If you're speaking to your spouse in a derogatory and improper way, your marriage is unbalanced. You're single and your heart is shut, and you're being heartbroken and you're hurting, and you are unbalanced. So we need to check ourselves, and we need to balance yin and yang. The scale of justice must be balance. Like I said when I first started, the first step to bringing balance is breathing. This is my breathing technique. Thank you so much, my beautiful queen sister. My breathing technique, I sit, whether I could get down on the floor sometimes I can't get down on the floor. I find myself in a chair, and sometimes I go and sit out on my patio, or I just sit in my room, or if I'm in the living area, even sometimes just at the dining table. But I find a place that I can be still for about 5 minutes. It doesn't take all of that. Isn't this? Some people could do it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. 5 minutes. Breathe in through my nose for the count of 4. Hold it for the count of 4, and then breathe out. But fill up your lungs. How do you know your lungs being filled up? Your stomach is extended out, not in. Proper breathing is stomach going outward, chest going up, hold, and then it helps. It calms you. It gets rid of anxiety. It helps you with your health. It helps you mentally. Family, I love you, and there's nothing you could do about it. Let us create a community that we can come and say, listen, I'm hurting today. I need help. Breathe with me. Let us create a community as single folks and say, listen, I'm single, but I really desire, no lying to yourself. I really desire a mate. I'm married and I'm really struggling with being respectful to my husband or to my wife, or appreciating my spouse, or doing my spousely duties, whether it's male or female. Balance. We need to be able to help each other. I'm hearing the cry in my spirit, in my Mwanda, in my Ruach. I'm hearing the cry of the unbalance that is among us that are woke because of coming out of Christianity, coming out of Muslim, coming out of all these different religious backgrounds, and learning all these new things about ourselves and who we are. And it is mentally challenging us, and it's emotionally challenging us, because some of us so hate the Muzungus. Some are so angry with the colonizers. Some are so angry with their pastors and leaders who knew this truth and didn't tell them. Breathe. Bring balance. Release those people. I want to challenge you. Find a blank sheet of paper. Get a blank sheet of paper and a pen or pencil, and write down the things that you are so angry, you're so bitter, you're so frustrated with. Whether it is your health, whether it is finances, whether it's a leader, whatever it is that's triggering you, that has you in this stuck place, write it down. When you then write them down and you look at them and you say to me, you say to those things, you do not serve my higher self and the better good of me advancing and going forward. Tear it up. And don't throw it in the trash inside the house. Throw it outside of your house. Get rid of it away from you. Don't keep it lingering inside. Because remember, penning is also a way of manifesting. But penning also, or scripting, is also a way of destroying. So you can destroy all of that mental, emotional, health unbalance, financial. You could destroy that by just scripting and then speaking to it and telling it, you no longer serve my higher self and where I am going and where I want to advance to. Destroy it and get rid of it. Then, on another sheet of paper, write all the things that you want to see yourself accomplish: a better health, great health, finances in abundance, real that is relocating to the continent or relocating to another state or relocating to another country. You are single and you desire a spouse. You're married and you desire your spouse being awoke. Write it down. Write it down and speak to it. Make it an affirmation. My health is in perfect condition. My finances is restored. My marriage is the best. We are loving and serving each other. I am now married and I love the spouse that I am married to, even though you might be single. I am mentally and emotionally balanced. I practice emotional intelligence. I am balanced in every area of my life. I trust I have helped someone today because I walked in obedience to come and address our mental and emotional situation in this awakening, because we are challenged on every side. We are pressed on every side with information and fear mongering. But if we come together and continue to strengthen and uplift and encourage each other, we are like a mighty rushing wind. We are like waters moving in a direction that pushes, like a tsunami, that pushes everything out of its way to accomplish that which it was set out on its course to accomplish. Great and mighty things we are going to accomplish in this awakening. Our communities are going to be example that people would want to mimic and reconstruct and recreate. Yeah. So once again, love you, family. Take care of yourself. Love, light, and life. Kimbo, Kimbo, Natan and Zambi, Yamazulu. Glory, glory to the one that sits above the heavens. Yes. Much love, family. Have an amazing day, amazing month, amazing year.